People often hear that Jesus is the agent of creation and immediately picture him as a spectator, as if the Father made all the decisions and Jesus just carried out instructions. But the Bible does not support that picture. Start with Genesis 1:26. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. That language matters. Let us is not how you speak to a tool. It is the language of shared deliberation. It tells us that creation begins with a divine decision that is not singular in personhood. And we already know from John 1:3 that apart from the Son, nothing was made. So Jesus is not added later into the story. He is already there, inside the U.S., participating in the decision to create. That means something important. Jesus was not waiting on the sidelines for orders. He was part of the decision that creation should exist at all. Now move to Genesis 3:22. Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. Again, notice the language. This is not God speaking alone, issuing commands to subordinates. Scripture is pulling back the curtain just enough to show plurality within the Godhead. When new decisions are required, the same us appears. So the Bible is consistent. Creation decisions are not made by the Father in isolation. Now bring in Colossians 1:16. All things were created through him and for him. This is where the downgrade completely collapses. Yes, creation is made through Christ, but it is also made for Christ. And Scripture already tells us that creation was made for God's glory. You see that in places like Proverbs 16:4 and Revelation 4:11. Everything exists for God. So when Paul says creation exists for Christ, he is not describing a passive agent. He is describing shared ownership and shared purpose. You do not create everything for someone who had no say in it. And Paul goes even further in Colossians 1:17. In him all things hold together. Through is not a downgrade word. It describes how divine action flows, not who owns the outcome. So yes, the Father initiates. Yes, the Son executes. But the Son also participates in the plan, shares in the authority, and receives creation as his own. Jesus is not a second-class creator. He is not a mere order taker. He is a decision maker within a divine plan, and creation exists for him as much as it exists through him.